Hello, my shark person. The question for this reading is, what changes should you be making in order to achieve your goals? So, of course, as a shark person, wow, I just opened right up to that page. That never happens with this one. Okay, you're a water, this is a water sign, of course, or animal. This is from the Animal Spirit deck by Kim Krans. All right, shark, directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, intriguing, captivating, mysterious. When out of balance, sneaky and destructive. To bring into balance, honesty. Wow. What changes do you need to make to achieve your goals? You need to be honest. Or maybe it means you value honesty? I don't know. This is supposed to be who you are. The reading itself, the question for the reading, is what changes do you need to make? But who you are, honesty is an issue. I don't know exactly what form that's taking for you, but I did pull a couple of Wisdom of the Oracle cards, so let's see what it has to say, especially on this honesty issue. We have number 50 and number 14. 14 is truth be told. Oh my gosh. All right, so the shark is all about honesty. We have truth be told as one of your cards, and this next card is number 50, no place like home. So let's see what the Oracle has to say to you. Truth be told. Essential meanings, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The Oracle's message, there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion, will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. Protection message. Where are you being dishonest with yourself or others? If you're unhappy in any area of your life, look for signs of denial. This can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding or acting from hidden agendas. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth. Even if you don't like what you hear, acknowledging it will be key to a beautiful new future where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial impose on you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than truth is required now. Wow, this is a heavy reading. Okay. I forgot to mention when I was shuffling for this reading, for who you are, for the shark card, a police car drove by. I'm not kidding. The police car literally drove by while I was shuffling out the shark card. I don't know if that means that you are being protected, which is one interpretation, or if it means that you have some legal problems, which I hope is not the case, but considering how often honesty and truth is coming out here, it could go either way. All right, the next message is 50. No place like home. Essential meanings, authenticity, again. Coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. So honestly, being comfortable in your own skin is what is going to get you feeling like you're at home. The Oracle's message: home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit, and spirit with a capital S. Protection message: there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty, for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it feels uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. Wow. Okay. I don't know that there's anything more to be said. What changes should you commit to? Obviously, honesty, being transparent, being authentic, and trying something different. Stepping outside of your comfort zone, because what is familiar is going to feel better, but it isn't necessarily better. It could be very harmful. So maybe we can get some information on this familiar thing that is really not good for you. Although you probably know exactly what it is already. You should. What in particular, for my shark viewer, is familiar and needs to change? Or be let go of? What in particular for my shark viewer needs to be let go of? Always being the student, thinking you never know enough. Expand your point of view, your horizons, your thoughts about what you can and cannot do. Oh dear. There's a lot of toxicity around you. The Devil is the card of, well, what is he called? The Lord of Lies? But also, the Devil is the card of bad habits, vices, addictions, illusions and delusions, the lies we tell ourselves, the lies we tell others, the lies that are told to us. Beware of the lies that we tell ourselves. These are, I believe, the most common lies and the most harmful ones. Particularly if you are in a situation or there are things in your situation that you need to let go of, which this reading is suggesting there are plenty of. There needs to be a lot more truth, and here you have the card of lies coming up. The fact that it's coming up crossing, you've been binding yourself with this idea that you don't know enough. You've been... I find this Three of Wands card very troubling, because the Three of Wands card is typically someone looking out over a vast horizon. There is the idea of expansiveness. There's usually even a globe somewhere in the picture. But this Three of Wands, the person is, the panda, is looking out, but they're not seeing anything. Or they're seeing everything. There's a bit of a rainbow effect there, so possibly it's an indication that they're seeing that everything is possible. And possibly it's indicating that your vision is still very clouded, because that looks like it's a multicolored fog, but it's still a fog. There's nothing, I don't get a sense of being able to see ahead very far. There's something you're not seeing, which is also true of the Devil card. So another interpretation of the Devil card, one that I found to be very true in my life, is the belief that you are bound when you are not. So how do you believe that you are bound? What bindings do you think are holding you in place, are keeping you from moving, from seeing, from doing, and being honest? If you are truly honest with yourself, how will that set you free? Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is leaving behind that which no longer serves you. I don't think there's anything more that needs to be said about that. I believe that honesty is what will set you free. Being honest with yourself first and then with others. Interesting. You have two eights now. Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is a time of refining your skills of mastery or becoming a master. So it's not learning new skills so much as practicing. Practice, getting better at it, getting better at it, getting better at it. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you've already started working on being more honest with yourself. And as you keep working on that, you'll get better at it, and you'll get better at communicating with others. And it looks like you will develop some emotional intelligence. Perhaps a lot of emotional intelligence. Or perhaps that's what's needed right now. You're not there yet. But keep going and you could get there. All right. It looks like a very... You probably are someone who doesn't think that emotional intelligence is all that necessary. You're probably deeply uncomfortable with emotional intelligence. But I think that's something you really, really need. Well, I know it is, because they have study after study that shows that the most successful people, the happiest, most successful people, are the ones who are the most emotionally intelligent. So I know if you happen to be in a male body, you've been taught practically before you were even born that you should avoid emotions like the plague, or the only emotion you're allowed to have is anger. And that's not true. So I wish you well on this journey. This is a very big journey. But yes, I hope you have the courage to keep going. I think as you keep taking one small step at a time, you will find more strength. And you will find that you are able to let go of what you no longer need, and you are able to master whatever skills it is these, well, not whatever skills, the honesty, obviously, and authenticity, and emotional intelligence. I am wishing you all the best. This is a very big goal and a very worthwhile one. Keep going.